Miss Michelle Logan, Lovers of Darkness. Consider how that was the case when Jesus was on earth. God had empowered Jesus to perform thrilling miracles as a way to establish that he was the Messiah. For example, on the Sabbath day, he restored the sight of a man born blind. What a wonderful act of mercy. How appreciative the man was. He could see for the very first time. What, though, was the reaction of religious leaders? John chapter 9, verse 16 relates. Some of the Pharisees began to say about Jesus, "This is not a man from God because he does not observe the Sabbath." How perverted their hearts were. Here a marvelous healing and taking place, but instead of expressing joy, the formerly blind man appreciation for the healer, they condemned Jesus. By doing so, they doubtless sinned against the manifestation of God's Holy Spirit and unforgettable sin. Matthew chapter 12, verses 31 and 32. Later then, those hypocrites questioned the formerly blind man about Jesus. The man said, "This certainly is a marvel that you do not know where Jesus, is from, and yet he opened my eyes. We know that God does not listen to sinners, but if anyone is God-fearing and does he will, he listens to this one. From of old, it has never been heard that anyone opened the eyes of one born blind. If this man Jesus were not from God, he cannot do nothing at all." How did the religious leaders respond? In answer, they said to him, "You were altogether born in sins, and yet you teaching us?" And they threw him out. How lacking in compassion. They had stones for his hearts. So Jesus told them that while they could see with their physical eyes, they were spiritually blind. John chapter 9, verses 30 through 41. That these religious hypocrites were sinning against God's Spirit is readily seen on another occasion. When Jesus resurrected Lazarus from the dead, because of that miracle, many of the common people put faith in Jesus. Note, however, what the religious leaders did. The chief priests and the Pharisees gathered the Sanhedrin together and began to say, "What are we to do? Because this man performs many signs. If we let him alone this way, they will all put faith in him, and the Romans will come and take away both our place and our nation." John chapter 11, verse 47 and 48. They were worried about their positions and prominence. At all costs, they wanted to please the Romans, not God. So what did they do? From that day on, they took counsel to kill Jesus. John chapter 11, verse 53. Was that all? No. What they did next shows how much they loved the darkness. The chief priests now took counsel to kill Lazarus also, because on account of him, many of the Jews were going there and putting faith in Jesus. John chapter 12, verses 10 and 11. What incredible wickedness. Although they did all of this to protect their positions, what happened? In that very generation, they revolted against the Romans who came against them in 70 CE and took away their place, their nation, their lives as well. Thank you.